Mm-hmm. Welcome. This is the Friday Soccer Paycheck coming to you from the Deep End Broadcast Studios and the lovely Virginia Beach, Virginia, in the United States of America. It is match weekend. It is Super Bowl weekend. And here we are to look at the full slate of the English Premier League and the English Championship. Here we are losing the voice already. Just starting the show. This is America's first and only broadcast, podcast, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it, covering the English Premier League and the English Championship, looking at the full slate and the wagering breakdown. Okay, we have two games underway, one in the Championship, one in the EPL. We are into the 82nd minute with two bottom feeders of the Championship, Charlton and QPR. Charlton, the home side, 0-0 is the score there. I would say that is not a surprise. And the Premier League, one game underway, and this will be in the books. We have Leeds and Nottingham Forest, two teams I like to ignore anyway for the most part, and Leeds at home with a 3-2-1 advantage. So up by 2 goals, 88th minute there in Leeds. They will be celebrating in the streets of Leeds on this Friday night over there in the UK. All right. We had some games midweek too in the Championship, and we had some weather. And, if you listened last week, I told you the Hull is a team in the Championship that is on fire. And they did win last Saturday in dramatic fashion, by the way. And then on Tuesday hosted the game in which it was basically under the siege of being a slosh fest, basically. So lots of weather concerns in the UK for the 3 matches that they had. In fact, Blackburn, who beat Sheffield Wednesday, who continues to lose, haven't scored in 9 games. They were free and clear of the weather, and Blackburn got a goal there. But the weather encroaching on Hull led us to take a 0-0 exact score play, and that's basically what happened. So weather is a concern right now where it wasn't. And let's see what we have for this weekend. There's going to be a chance of rain. I mean, all over, really. Let's kind of pull up a radar. Let's see if we can get one. For London, for instance, we're looking at 75-60% chance of rain on Saturday. And on Sunday as well, right? Yeah. Less of a chance on Sunday. But the bulk of the games are on Saturday this week. And that we don't have that split of kind of equal action Sunday, Saturday that I feel like has been bestowed upon us by the Premier League here in recent years. Maybe they've done that forever, but at least since I've been following it, Saturday is traditionally match day. You feel like there are just a few more Sunday games here in recent years. This is Saturday, a lot of games, and weather does look like it could be a factor. All right, so we got to keep that in mind. It's not exactly freezing, 50 degrees, so that helps things a little bit. And the other thing you got to remember, too, with the Premier League is these fields are in pretty good shape. So when you're looking for unders and teams to kind of get mudded down, bogged down, for the lack of a better description of a soccer match that plays slowly in the rain, you'll get more muddier and crappier and chewed up pitches and the lower you go in the leagues below the Premier League, if that makes sense. So the championship, in which they did have a game on Tuesday, I forget who, it was Portsmouth. It was Portsmouth and Ipswich. That game was called off from a waterlogged field. So you will see that if it gets too crazy rain-wise. All right, so rain is a factor right now. So keep all that in mind. And let's go to the table for the Premier League. We'll start there. Leeds will not be credited. Let's see what this does for Leeds right now, though. Right now, Leeds is in 16th spot with 26 points, which is 6 points free and clear of the relegation zone, which is West Ham with 20. Nottingham Forest, their opponent here, is tied with Leeds, 26 apiece. So the winner now will go to 29. That will be Leeds. And West Ham with a chance now to catch up on Nottingham. If they can pull off a win this weekend, which I think there's a chance for them to do that. They've been playing much better here recently. Okay, so that's the effect of today's game on the bottom half of the table there. Your other two teams in relegation right now are Burnley and the Wolves. Burnley, 15 points. The Wolves with 8. The safe zone, 26 with Nottingham. Other teams right above Leeds and Nottingham, we'll just start from the worst to the best. Crystal Palace, this is the furthest down they've been in a while. Tottenham, I would say this is the furthest they've been down in quite some time. Just 29 points for both of those. Brighton is in 13th. They're not really exactly used to being this far down themselves. They're usually a little bit better of a mid-level team. Bournemouth has been decent. They're at 12th. Newcastle is in 11th, where they were once a bottom feeder, and they showed promise of being a consistent top 4. Here they are in 11th with 33 points. And their problem is goals. How about this? In the 24 matches, 33 goals scored for Newcastle, 33 goals against a dead 0 goal differential. Everton, interesting, 10th spot for them. They just seem to find a way to win in boring games too. Just 26 goals scored for Everton. Fulham is in 9th. They've been nice. They're my kind of surprise team here in the last month or so. They've been paying off well. Sunderland is in 8th. Brentford is in 7th. So Brentford's been playing nice. Liverpool 6, Chelsea 5, Man United top 4. Aston Villa is in 3rd. Aston Villa has 46 points. Man City 47, who holds the number 2 spot. And Arsenal has 53. Let me kind of scan for injuries real quick. In my bookmarks of the EPL here. All right, let's pull up the injuries. Let's kind of see what we have. Bournemouth has 6 injuries. Let's see. Marcus Tavernier, he's 1. He's going to be ruled out. So some injury concerns with them. Arsenal, we're missing Bukayo Saka. Odegaard may not play. Okay, so those are key injuries for Arsenal. Brentford has a 6-pack of injuries. Cavino, Malombo ruled out. Okay, so they're banged up. Aston Villa, I think the big name is going to be Ollie Watkins, correct? Yes, he's a 75% chance to go, it looks like. But this week, he was... he may not play. We'll see. That's going to be a toss-up. with Ollie Watkins. Yuri Tielemans for Aston Villa is out as well. Let's see. Brighton, a six-pack of injuries. Let's see if anyone kind of jumps off the table. Nope. Burnley, a six-pack. You wonder if Holland's hurt for Man City. He's been kind of off his game a little bit. Reece James, 50% chance for him. Neto, he's a player you like to have on Chelsea when available, as Pedro Neto, the ex-Wolves player. So Chelsea, a few injuries. Crystal Palace, they're going to be your most banged-up team with 9. Actually, Tottenham will be with 13. I mean, Tottenham's missing James Maddison, Kudos, Bentancur, Ben Davies. Dominic Solanke looks like he's back in. They needed him. Koloveski out. All right. So Tottenham's banged up pretty good. Let's see. Man City, other names. Let's see. Gravadal, Jeremy Doku not available. John Stones out. Bernardo Silva, 50% chance for him. Man United, Mason Mount out. They seem to be one of the healthier teams. Sunderland healthier with 4 injuries. Granit Xhaka out for them, though. That's a key player. So injuries taking their toll. West Ham, a healthy team. Fabianski, I mean, he's not all the difference in the world, really, for West Ham. But West Ham still has their attack. I'd be careful of them, especially Somerville. He's a guy to look out for a goal scorer, too, for West Ham. He scored last week. Seems to really be trending hot. And we played Somerville a lot last year when he played for, let's see. He played for somebody that was, he played for Swansea at one time. I think it was Middlesbrough, if I'm correct. Anyway, Somerville is a player that has paid off for us big time. Okay, so Tottenham is a mess with injuries. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see if we can pick against them here. In fact, again, we kind of go into this slate a little blind. Don't take a hard look at the lines before we even get on the show. I like it for that way, for the gut reaction aspect of things. So let's go ahead and pull up the sports book and the French lines. So we know our table, we know our injuries. It'd be nice to get this sports book up and operating on the computer. Hopefully we don't have to go grab my phone. All right, let's see. While we wait for that to load up, can we go back to the table just real quick? Ooh, everything's coming to a little bit of a snail pace right here. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to do this to you. I'd like to get a better table here. Give me a better table for the EPL. Again, we want to see winning streaks and losing streaks associated here. All right, I'll chalk this up to me watching too much golf and poor production here. Okay, so the Premier League. Let's try this website. Okay, here we go. I like this. We have the last 6 games played now with their table all up. Is this recent? This can't be recent. No, we'll get out of this. Okay, back to the lines. I'll find a table here eventually. All right, what a waste of 2 minutes that was. Okay, one early game, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Tottenham. Look at this. They're a $4 underdog in this game. Plus 400. against that team who's been hot and Man United, and they've been able to score goals. Man United minus 170 for them. Now, let's see. Manchester weather. Let's pull that up real quick. Chance of rain. I mean, at that early time here, let's see, noon, right? Yeah, about a 50% chance of rain. They're getting drenched right now, if you look at the radar. So that will not bode well for Tottenham, I don't think, in this game. I think Man United will be just fine at home here. I would look at them. Honestly, if you just wanted to take them at a minus 170 and straight up and just take a team to win, I think that's fine. Do you risk trying to get the over 1.5 goals? I think even in the rain, they can get there, to be honest. If you want to produce a goal ticket like we did last week, over 1.5 goals, which I think fired off pretty good at the end of the day. I'm trying to remember the one that screwed us. We did have a winning weekend last weekend as well. If you listen and got some of those picks in. In fact, we got to, I think in 4 of the games we thought could get to 5 goals. I think 2 of them actually did. And then some of the other straight up picks as well. Let's see. So if you got the right combos, you actually could have had a pretty big weekend if you liked some of those yourself. Over 1.5 goals is minus 215 for Man United. I don't trust Tottenham here with all those injuries. I think I would just lay it a minus 170 and take Man United straight up. The home team over 2.5 goals plus 162. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how Tottenham maybe even scores here. They do. I mean, they are deep. They're going to have good athletes. I just think Man United in this scenario, they're the better team. So many injuries for Tottenham. Man United at home in this early game. Let's just kind of lean with that. Probably 2-0 is what I will predict for the final score, to be honest. So let's see if we hit that. 2-0 is plus 900. 1-0 is plus 950. Honestly, I think you can probably play them both and then be ready to jump on 3-0 if they get 2 goals quick and climb the ladder if you need to bail out. I will trust that Tottenham doesn't score here. The under Tottenham, and honestly, the correct score, jumpage, take 1-0, 2-0 to start. I mean, that's a good strategy. You're getting 9-1 on both. If you're going to lose one, you're still getting at least 8-1. And if you're to take Tottenham under half a goal, see, this is the method to the madness right here. You're getting 2-1 odds. So we're essentially betting the correct score with Man United and Tottenham. And hopefully, if they get 0, we're getting a much better payout than under half a goal for the game, which is just at 2-1. The other way to do it, too, is if they do score, you just jump to the correct scores with the 1. I don't think Tottenham gets 3 or 4 goals here. I don't think they get 2, and it's highly unlikely to get 1. All right, so Man United checks the box in this first game. Wolves and Chelsea is the second game. The Chelsea should handle business here. Minus 155 for them. They're just a better team than the Wolves. The Wolves, where they've been playing better lately, not so much. I mean, I'll trust Chelsea to win. Let's see, Chelsea and Man United pays plus 161 for both of those guys just straight up. That's not the worst bet in the world if you want near 2-1 on your money. Think of it this way. If you want to put $300 on the Patriots money line to win the Super Bowl, start off with $100 maybe and throw it on a 2-game parlay, Chelsea and Man United. I don't see how that loses, to be honest. Chelsea should be able to get some goals here. I would say they're good for 2. I would say they're good probably for 3, to be honest. Let's see. Away team over 1.5 is at minus 164. Again, you're getting just a better price on them just to win. over 2.5 is at plus 215. If you want to climb the ladder, Man United, Chelsea, Wolverhampton, whatever. Again, rain could be the issue. Wolverhampton's a nice stadium. Chelsea at minus 155 seems awfully cheap. Fulham is hosting Everton. Everton, kind of a grinded out team again, like we said, but they just don't score a lot. I would trust Fulham here. I think Fulham straight up. Chelsea, Man United parlay pays plus 448. Fulham at plus 110 is nice. For over 1.5 goals, they are in London, Craven Cottage. So rain an issue. Again, it always can be. Everton's a defense-minded, stubborn team to where maybe Fulham doesn't quite get their 1.5 goals, but Fulham is definitely the better team here, I think. And they've been red hot. So why kind of doubt the fact that they could get 2 goals? Plus 136 for 2 goals for Fulham. So that checks the box with me as well. Bournemouth and Aston Villa. I'd like to see Ollie Watkins play in this game. Bournemouth has been good. Aston Villa is the better team, but this could be a tough spot, especially if we're getting a lot of rain, a lot of wind down there in Bournemouth. It could be a tricky atmosphere for Villa. It's not like Villa travels so super fantastic on the road either. Let's see here. Let me get back to my table with Aston Villa. Yep, here we go again. All right, Aston Villa. Right now, 35 goals scored, 26 against. I mean, they're right at 1.5 a game. Dead even, kind of. Bournemouth does allow goals, nearly 2 a game. So Aston Villa to get to over 1.5, again, pay attention to the weather here on the south coast of England. If it's going to be super crazy, windy, and rainy, just try to avoid this game, I would say. If you get nice weather, I think this can be an over. You can get over 3.5, even 4.5 in this game as well. Weather permitting, but you got to look at that. Plus 176 is over 3.5. Plus 430 is over 4.5 goals for Bournemouth and Aston Villa. I think I might lean on the no play. I'm maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I think I'm going to find better plays in the championship, to be honest. And the health of Ollie Watkins, I don't know how dynamic Aston Villa may be if they're missing him. And we have other plays on the board, like Burnley and West Ham. West Ham is plus 120 at Burnley. I mean, this is a team who's in good form now. West Ham. Burnley has been quite awful. They're in the relegation zone. West Ham is too. But they have the talent to fight out of it, I think. A West Ham, a Fulham, Chelsea, and Man United 4-game parlay pays 11-1. All of those teams to win straight up. I think you can take the 2 goals with West Ham too. If anything, they've been offensive-minded. I know Burnley can be a little stubborn on defense. They can bog you down a little bit. But I think this is a green light here for West Ham. Let's see. Somerville. Plus 380 for a goal. I love it. You're getting paid big time for Somerville to score here. So I like that. Jared Bowen at plus 190. I mean, he's always a pretty reliable guy as well. But both of those guys together are 9-1. So that's not the worst bet either. I mean, if you get 2 goals here, it's a good chance it's both of those guys. All right, Arsenal and Sunderland. Arsenal is the home team minus 500, 14-1. on your money for Sunderland, who's been a very, very good team. And in the reverse fixture, they played to 0-0 draw. How about that? All right. So Arsenal, who is playing a lot of soccer with the Champions League, they played a cup game here earlier in the week. Sunderland should be fresh. We're missing some players on Arsenal. No Odegaard, no Saka. Maybe you give Sunderland a fighting chance here. Plus 550 is attractive on the draw. 14-1 on the money to win outright. I'm not going to call for the outright upset, but Sunderland's good. They've been nice. And Arsenal just injured. And here's the thing about Arsenal, too. We said it last week. They're just not blowing out teams. They don't have a super cutthroatness about them. Even when they get up, they seem to kind of bog it down a little bit. So no play here. Arsenal and Sunderland. If you want to get creative with the underdog, by all means. Let's see. Sunderland to get a goal. Plus 144 for them to get to score. It could be a game dominated in possession by Arsenal. And then Sunderland's just kind of buckling down on defense. And that's where the game gets stuck. So I'll avoid it, no play. But, if you want to get frisky on a plus 550 draw or a 14-1. Now, look, this is not going to be a 3-3 draw. I don't think anyway. Or a 2-2 draw. I mean, this is a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw. So if you want to play both of those to start on a correct score, again, you're getting a better price than you would if you are to take the draw at plus 550. Yes, you get 14-1 on 0-0. 1-2-1 is at 11-1. So at minimum, you're getting 10-1 on the draw. You can keep buying it if you wanted to. It's tricky to buy on the draw as teams zigzag back and forth goals. But you set your anchor point at 1-1 and you hope for 0-0 and you play them both. Again, maybe rain in the forecast in the bad weather day. Newcastle and Brentford is a 12:30 p.m. game. Interesting game. I think this is a no play. Brentford's been in good form. I do like Newcastle at home. They do play better at home. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be a mess. I don't know. I could see Brentford squeaking this out. Newcastle coughing up on themselves here. Newcastle is a plus price, plus 105. So not the worst thing in the world. If you want to add Newcastle, West Ham, let's see. We got Fulham, Man United, Chelsea, right? A 5-game parlay, 23-1 now. I actually might play that straight up like that. $20 gets you nearly 500. There you go. That's your $500 Super Bowl bet. Manufactured by 5 soccer teams here on the Friday Soccer Paycheck. So I'll give Newcastle the outright nod at home. We'll pay attention to the weather. Over 1.5 goals for Newcastle would be the other angle. But Brentford's tricky here. Don't think that they won't be able to score a goal or so. So maybe 2-2 is this game. And in that case, you would want to take Newcastle over 1.5 goals at minus 118. All right, 2 games on Sunday. And then we have a full Tuesday slate. Look at that. And Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Got some midweek fun. I love weekly soccer. We'll take a look at a couple of those just to cruise through. We'll give you quick thoughts. Brighton and Crystal Palace. This should be a game for Brighton to win on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Crystal Palace is in complete disarray. Let's see here. Manager issues, player issues, injuries as well, right? And Brighton, quite frankly, they should be having a better season at home. Our man Matoma, maybe parlay him with Somerville on West Ham. That would be a plus 300 and a plus 380 at a nice price for 2 goal scorers over the weekend. I will lean here. Brighton at home. it won't be a romp. But they should be able to get 2 goals, you would think. Liverpool and Man City could be a shootout. Liverpool's the favorite, plus 130. Man City, plus 180. Plus 290 on the draw. And these teams could play a dud fest, but they both need it in the standings. So they'll be after it, you got to think. And, to get goals by all the superstars, why not? Minus 188 is over 2.5. You got plus money, plus 136 over 3.5. This game has every bit of 5 goals written all over it to me, plus 310. All right. So plays, a lot of them actually here in the EPL. Most plays of any week this year. All season, since August, I would say. Man United at home, Chelsea on the road, Fulham. Sometimes the schedule sets up perfect. Fulham at home. Let's see. Weather permitting, over at Bournemouth, Aston Villa. West Ham on the road. They all check the box. Beware Sunderland and Arsenal. Play 0-0, 1-1 on the high payout for the draws. Give the nod to Newcastle. Brighton gets about the same nod, maybe a little bit better than Newcastle. I would say these are the 2 least confident ones, Newcastle, Brighton. And then over Man City and Liverpool, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. Pick your poison there. Okay, real quick. Tuesday, Tottenham host Newcastle. No opinion as of yet. Chelsea host Leeds on Tuesday. No opinion. That could be a firework game. Over probably is what that is. Tuesday, Everton host Bournemouth. No opinion. Tuesday, West Ham host Man United. No opinion. Wednesday, Man City host Fulham. Beware of Fulham. Nice payoff for them. 7-1 in that game. Crystal Palace hosts Burnley on Wednesday. 2 teams in complete disarray. 2 other teams in bad shape. Nottingham hosts the Wolves. You would think Nottingham, a better team at home there, would be the better play. Aston Villa hosts Brighton. That game is always a threat to be an over game. Sunderland hosts Liverpool. Brentford hosts Arsenal on Thursday. Woo! All right, over Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Best plays for the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday slate. I gave you the plays for Saturday and Sunday. Again, I'll do it one more time. Man United, Chelsea, Fulham. Over Aston Villa, Bournemouth, weather permitting. West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton slightly, Newcastle kind of slightly, but take them. If you're going to play it all. And Liverpool, Man City, over in their game. All right, so record amount of picks in the Premier League. Let's take a look at the championship table. We'll run down it real quick. Coventry's at the top, tied now with Middlesbrough. Coventry has surrendered a huge lead. And in bad form right now, not the best. 2 wins, actually 3 losses, and 2 wins and a draw in their last 6. Middlesbrough has won 5 in a row. Hull has won 4 out of 5 with a draw. So they're 54 points, 4 points back. I'm going to win $15,000 or so if parlayed with Indiana for the national championship and the Patriots to win the AFC. If Hull, when I took them at 125-1, and they've evaporated. They were 12 points back at the time. Now just down 4. Evaporated this deficit of points. If they can somehow jump Coventry and Middlesbrough, and I think the schedule dictates that's a chance, too, to creep even closer here and gain ground. We'll take a look at this in a second. But Hull in 3rd place is fantastic for us right now here on the Paycheck. Ipswich, 51. Millwall, Millwall 50, Wrexham 47. Wrexham is your sixth place team. 6 would play 3 in the playoff. 5 would play 4 in the playoff. 1 and 2 automatic promotion. That's how that works. Number 7, you're out, but safe from relegation. And right now, that would be Derby County, who's been nice. Derby's been nice. 45 points for them. All within striking distance of 6 points. It goes from 7th to 16th spot. So a big pack of teams. Watford, Preston, QPR, Bristol, Stoke, Birmingham, Southampton, Sheffield United, Swansea. Your hottest teams. Teams of 3 wins out of their last 6. And at least 1 draw would be Swansea, Sheffield United, Birmingham, and Derby. A couple draws, 3 draws, and a couple wins for QPR. All right, so those are your teams in good form there. Charlton drew out with QPR today. That is a final. Norwich has 4 wins out of their last 6. Good form for them. Portsmouth, good form for them. They have 3 wins, 2 draws, and their last 6. They both have 33 points, which is just 1 point safe of relegation. All right, so the top relegation spot now belongs to West Brom, who has been in a free fall. They've lost 5 of 6 with a draw. Sheffield Wednesday hasn't scored in 9 games. They have -7 points. They have a point deduction, so they're done. They don't even have a coach. Oxford, they are the other team in relegation right now, so they're looking to go back down after being brought up recently. Okay, so Blackburn, that's the other team we didn't mention. They are basically tied with relegation with Leicester. They all have 32. Leicester, Blackburn, and West Brom. The point differential in favor of Leicester. They're -5. The team scoring a ton of goals. Coventry is 35. Hull has 40. Derby is 37. Watford 35. Millwall 36. Sheffield United 41. Southampton 41. Sheffield United 43, actually. Birmingham has 41. 40 for Leicester. Teams allowing a ton of goals. Leicester, Norwich, Sheffield United. That's why these teams are bad. They're scoring a lot, but they're giving up a lot. Birmingham has given up 38. Hull has given up 40. They've scored 48, but given up 40. Ipswich scored 49, have given up 28. Coventry has scored 63, given up 35. So that's your best point differential overall. Derby, we mentioned them as an over team. They've given up 37 goals. All right. So that's how we look at the championship with that table. And now the lines for these guys. Again, the sports book lines, trying to get all these up fast is being a little bit of an issue, of course. A lot of sun flares. Have you heard about all those things going on? If you are feeling lethargic, sore, agitated, all right, sun flares have been a real thing here as of late. And computer slowness, what we shall say as well. Okay, let's get to the championship as our lines are slowly low. You know what it is? It's Super Bowl weekend. Everyone's trying to Get on the sports book all at the same time. Everyone just got paid here on the East Coast. Everyone's just out of work. 5 p.m. on a Friday. Let's put all our money in and get our Super Bowl bets down before we go out on the town and spend all our gambling money on drinks. That's basically what's happening on this slow sports book. I mean, do I need the lines? I can just look at the ESPN. Okay, well, here we go. We got the lines. Finally, in the championship, again, one game done today with Charlton and Derby 0-0. Here we go. Trifecta of games early as they've been doing. So 7:30 a.m. start. Norwich host Blackburn. Norwich is definitely the better of those two teams towards the bottom of the table. Blackburn did get a win over Sheffield Wednesday. You got to lean with Norwich at home, and they can't score. Probably a no play, but I would lean Norwich. Southampton at home against Watford. Tough game. Watford's been good. They haven't been bad at all. Plus 290 actually might even be a good price against Southampton. I could see this being a 1-1 game. Derby host Ipswich. Two teams in relatively good form here. Derby's the underdog plus 270. Ipswich even money. I think I'll pass here. I could see this being a 1-1 game. Hull against Bristol City. Bristol City. Let's see. It says plus 200. Hull is at plus 125. Now, Hull's our team. We just talked about them. Can we get to 2 goals with Hull? I think we can. We weren't super fantastic last game. I'll say that. Over 1.5 goals at home for Hull is plus 124. Now, Bristol City is hit or miss. At one point, they were decent. Not so much now. I think Hull is the better team here. Maybe just plus 125 with Hull. West Brom and Stoke. I don't trust West Brom as far as I can throw them. Stoke plus 260. I don't really trust them, but I think you're priced in with Stoke maybe at plus 260 or even maybe play the draw. 2 good teams with Wrexham and Millwall. We're at Wrexham. I think this is a pass. Wrexham's plus 150, plus 185 against Millwall. That could be a highly contested game. Birmingham minus 170 home against Leicester. Leicester has lost their coach, actually, as well. And Birmingham's been playing better. They've shown some signs here. So maybe the better opportunity with Birmingham at home here. I'm surprised to see them this big of a favorite. That kind of tells me that's the pick, the fact that they are at a minus 170. Coventry host Oxford, minus 270 for Coventry, plus 650 for Oxford. Oxford is not a good team. But Coventry, their form's just been down. I don't fully trust them right now. We got so many EPL plays. We can forget about Coventry this week. Preston and Portsmouth. Now, Portsmouth is in much better form, but Preston is a team that can show up once in a while as well. I think this is a layoff game. Again, 1-1 type of affair, probably. Swansea will beat Sheffield Wednesday, but at minus 425. Do you want to lay that price? I'm amazed to see that it's that high, to be honest. I mean, at some point, isn't Wednesday going to just win a game? They can't score. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that we're counting on Swansea to score here. Over 1.5 is minus 230. Over 2.5 plus 146. To get the 3 goals for plus 146, I don't know. And then a good game, that's a Sunday morning, 7 a.m. game. And then Monday at 3 p.m., Sheffield United and Middlesbrough. No play. Good game. And I'm especially rooting against Middlesbrough at this point with Hull as a big ticket winner in hand. I'll be rooting for Sheffield United in that game. All right, so best plays in the championship. It's tough. This is a hard week. We'll stick with Hull over Bristol City, and we'll stick with Birmingham over Leicester. Bulk on the EPL this week. In fact, if you want to forget everything about the championship, because it's risky business anyway, and the weather is a major type of issue, then I would say that by all means, forget the championship. We have plenty of EPL plays. All right. What was the 5-team play? It says Thomas Bogan 2075. All right, the 5-team play again. It's going to be all Premier League. Much user-friendly schedule. But we'll take Man United at home. Tottenham is very banged up and not playing good at all. It's a recipe for disaster for Tottenham, to be honest. We'll take Chelsea at the Wolves. Chelsea's the much better team. West Ham should beat Burnley at plus 120. We'll take Fulham at home against Everton plus 110. And I think we lean Newcastle plus 105. But I'll tell you what, Thomas, stick with those 4. And let's not even wait until 12 o'clock. If you win the 4 games here, put something small on Newcastle straight up. Plus 105. But I think the 4 teams you lock in on for sure are Fulham, on Chelsea, on West Ham, and on Man United. Thanks, Thomas. Let us know where you're listening from if you hear this. All right, guys, that should do it, right? I love our graphics. Don't you like the stadium and the Paycheck logo and everything we have going on? So we have plenty of viewers for this program as well. So please, every weekend we have the championship or the Premier League, come on and join us. We will be all about it, breaking it down, our first instincts. Do we have games next week as well? It looks like it's hard to tell because they only had the Tuesday games. Let's see. Can I get a Premier League schedule real quick? Let's see. We should have an open weekend sometime soon. The international break, as they say, right? Let's make sure. Let's see. We're back on Valentine's Day, correct? Friday, Saturday. No games. All right. So Valentine's weekend, which would be next weekend, right? Yep. We will not have a show because we do not have any Premier League games. So we'll come back in 2 weeks. Okay, guys. That's it. We'll cue up the Tottenham fans who will not be singing joyously, as they will likely get thumped at Man United tomorrow morning. Early afternoon if you're in the UK. All right, guys. Good luck. If you need any of the plays, just hit rewind. Go to the YouTube, Deep End Broadcasting, click and subscribe. Have a great weekend and good luck. Oh, the round robin NFL Super Bowl show, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Your first live look Sunday morning at the Super Bowl and everything involved. All the betting and wagering angles. Me, Dave Del Grande, and the whole crew. All right, good luck with the soccer. Oh, yes. Look at that.